If you're anything like us, then you probably really love this part of running or triathlon when you're actually out there doing something. And you might do this bit, stretching after a run, or you might not, or you might do it sometimes but not all the time and wish that you did it more. By the way, that's Kindergarten Cop on the TV next to me while I'm recording off. What a great film. And you might do this bit once in a blue moon, but know that you should be doing it more than that. But here's the conundrum about behaviour and habits. It's that they don't happen overnight, they don't form overnight. In fact, motivation alone, wanting to change behaviour, that's not even enough. In fact, it's been proven that there are a number of factors that need to be taken into account if you want to change a behaviour positively. And I'm going to take you through those, and you can apply them into your life like I'm going to apply them into my life, however suits you. All right, let's take a complicated subject and make it as simple as possible. And I'm not going to solve everybody's problems, and I'm certainly not even going to solve my own problems in this video, but I can give you a little taste of what's inside my mind, because actually the person that solves Motivation 101, how to get people changing their behaviour easily, is going to be a billionaire. But I'll give it a go. This is my blank canvas. How cool is this? Now, we're going to talk about behaviour and how you change it, and how it is really not as simple as just wanting to change it, to be motivated to change it. If that were the case, then I would have changed a load of my behaviours. So you have to add a couple of extra things into the melting pot. We'll take it like this. Let's put behaviour somewhere up there. I don't know yet until I've edited the video. But behaviour, up it goes. Now, one of the main drivers of changing behaviour is, of course, wanting to change behaviour. You can't make a smoker quit smoking if they don't want to stop smoking. It's not that simple. So motivation is one factor, and once someone is motivated, it makes it a lot easier to change the behaviour. But let's add in two other factors, right? Capability, which just means your knowledge base. How confident are you in your knowledge to change that behaviour? And opportunity, as in what is around you. Do you have the right equipment? Do you have the right sessions? Do you have the right times? Do you have the availability in your day, morning or evening? These are going to be the things that we solve today, and I give you the tools that you need to take your training to the next level, to up your strength and conditioning, and to be able to help other people do the same thing. So that is our starting point. It's called COM-B. You need capability, opportunity, motivation in order to change behaviour. So let me take you through what I'm going to do this week, and this is genuine, this is me, it's my thought process out loud on video to help you whilst I'm going through it as well, because I am really well aware that I'm not as good at strength and conditioning as I want to be, and I do strength and conditioning, but again, like I say, I want to be better, and I don't do it as regularly as I want, because even as a coach, I preach consistency. That's what I talk about all of the time. So here's how I'm going to factor in consistency into my daily routine so that I get a ton of strength and conditioning done without even really realising it. This is where opportunity comes in. You know, the first thing to note here is that I am motivated to change. It's what I want. But now I have the opportunity, a little bit more understanding, I guess, around the subject and a way to articulate it that I can help me and I can help you. And this is my opportunity. So here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to set each room of my house out as a task, as in when I come in the front door every single day. That happens every day, by the way. So there's my opportunity, at least once a day. Every time I go out at the front door and come back in, I'm going to do 10 squats. I'm just going to stand here and 10. No more than that. And that took me 10 to 15 seconds. And that's 10 squats done. But I'm going to do it every single time I come in the door. Opportunity knocks. Moving on to the next room. This room here is just to the right. Here is the shower. So behind the camera is the shower room. And behind you that way is the door that I use to let Winnie out of the house. So I come in here quite a lot. So here's the plan on this one. Before I am allowed to step through this threshold, I have to do 5 pull-ups. Again, only 5, took me less than 10 seconds, but every time I come through that door, I need to do 5 pull-ups. And I know that comes to not just opportunity, but capability, knowing how to do them, and also opportunity of having a pull-up bar in the first place. But these are relatively inexpensive. I think this cost me about 25 to 30 pounds, something like that. And it's been a game changer in terms of body weight exercises, because pull-ups are full body weight. So now I'm in this room. Here's the next one. So I'm gonna let Winnie out, and here's my aim for the next one. Every time Winnie's outside, for the amount of time Winnie's outside, every time she goes outside, I'm just gonna hold the plank until she comes back in. It's usually dead time for me anyway. I'm kind of standing here waiting for her to either have a wee or worse. Sometimes she comes in quickly, sometimes not so much, so let's see. Come on in. Perfect. Aye. And that's my plank done. Right, for this room, I actually need, again, some equipment. Where is it? Ah, here. So I am going to leave this band here on the side of the sofa if Mary lets me. So in this room, I'm going to use the resistance band, and I'm going to put it round my knees. So every time I walk in this room, I just have to go up and down the room doing monster walks, they're called, I think. You just squat, move sideways. You can't see me now, but I'm holding that squat, and I'm just going to do that. I'm going to go 10 times every time. It should take me less than a minute, because that's already 3. This is 4. Just like this. My goodness, these really burn. But that is 10. And it took me less, again, than a minute. And that's done. I'm allowed in this room. I'll put that back over there. Again, another room I come in quite a lot is the kitchen, so I'm going to make it super easy on myself, because this is going to be multiple times a day. All I'm going to do, is reverse lunges, 5 on each leg. Winnie's come to see what's going on. That's it. Final 2 rooms of the house. Now, here's the recording studio. I come in here again quite a lot, but before I'm allowed through the threshold, I'm going to get down into the press up position. Ten press ups. That was less than 10 seconds. Again, that means I'm allowed into this room. Whew. And I'm not taking you in there to the boudoir, because, you know, let's be honest, some things have got to remain private. But in there, I'm going to do 10 crunches every time I go into the bedroom. All of these things are so manageable, and I'm not looking at a 40-minute block of time. That's what makes this work in my head. So before I sum all of this up neatly in a bow, let me just say that this is about consistency and accumulation over time. If I do this every day in every room that I go in, it's gonna make a difference, and it's really gonna make a difference to my running and the amount of injuries that I pick up, hopefully reducing them. So I'm really keen to give it a try anyway. So in effect, without even realising it, without even breaking sweat actually, without even knowing it, I am achieving quite a lot of strength and conditioning. Body weight, yes, and I can factor in weights actually at a later date, but I've got body weight, strength and conditioning there every day, doing the kind of things I want to do in the dead time that I have. It's not going to take an extra 10, 20 minutes to do 7 pull-ups. It's not going to take it's going to take about 10 seconds to do those squats as I come in the front door. But when I do them consistently, the accumulation, that's where I'm going to win. And I'm not going to think twice about it, and it's not going to feel like a bind, and it's not going to feel like I'm having to give up a ton of time to do a specific, I said that really weirdly, a specific strength and conditioning session. That's where I need to be mentally, because I love the running side of it. I struggle with the strength and conditioning side. And another really important thing to bear in mind is that habits don't happen overnight, like I said at the start of the video. Habits can take up to 60, 70, 80 days to form, so it's better to be consistent and it's better to keep things easy so that you can form them into habits, because habits are just actions that you do repeatedly when you don't think about them, and eventually that's what I'm aiming for. This whole workout for me is just it to become habitual. I don't need to think what I need to do when I go in each room, I just do it. And here is what I think is the genius bit in all of this. Not saying that I'm a genius, but I am reasonably proud of this, is the capability part of changing your behaviour. You can farm that out to me in the short term, as in this channel is me, it's my life's project, emptying my brain of all of the knowledge that I have in order to help you out there become finally your own coach, and then eventually maybe even help other people, or at least point them in the direction of this channel so that they can also help themselves. That is what I want. So there is a treasure trove here of training tips, there is a treasure trove of strength and conditioning videos, and there will just be more over the weeks, months and years to come. I'm just going to be adding to it. That's the beauty, that's why I'm proud of this, and that is how you are going to change your behaviour for the better in a really positive way in the future. Motivation is just the start, believe it or not. It's not enough on its own, but you know that now. All right, see you Sunday.